You guys did it. I cannot thank you guys enough for helping find the cars. We got them. Supposedly they're intact. I have not seen them yet. But they did get the search warrant. They did kick in the door. They did do that. So now for the rant, because man, the comments or whatever, and I think a lot of you guys aren't my regular viewers and you're just watching this because of all the drama or whatever going on with this. But the trackers, yes, are we trying to sell trackers? We are. Did the tracker company stage this? They did not. Did I stage this? I did not. I got way better things to do than trying to track down my vehicles or whatever that got stolen out of my freaking driveway. So that part of it is the part of it that's like just, and I guess I'll tell you that so Friday when they get taken, I'm like, man, this sucks. Life sucks, like all the crap or whatever. And then as the weekend went on, I just got pissed about it. And then it's like, well, no, I need to try and do something about this to get this done. I can't wait around for something else to happen when, because of you guys, I'm capable of trying to get the word out there better to help to track them down and find them. And people say, well, whatever, you're not even gonna want them back. And it's like, but whether they're as good as they were before, they're not as good as they were before, like that's beside the point. Like a wrong was done and I need to do everything in my power to try and make that wrong right. Now, and I guess, are we trying to sell stuff? Yes, that's what we're in the business to do. We want you to buy our t-shirts. We want you to buy our hoodies. We want you to buy our GPS trackers now that we teamed up with, and because it's a good product. And we're a small business that literally that is how we are making the revenue off of it, is by you guys buying merch and buying stuff, and then that helps support the content that we provide on a regular basis with the racing. Not the content that we provide by freaking shit getting stolen. So, and you guys want to talk about that part of it, but literally you go watch these other channels and they say this video is brought to you by XXX. Well, that company, because they reach out to me every day and say, whatever, we want to sponsor your next video and whatever, we'll pay you X amount of money. And it is way more than we are making off of the t-shirts and the GPS trackers. But I don't think it's right, because many of those companies are venture capitalist companies that are part of what's destroying America, because the venture capitalist company goes in and buys that company, then because I know the return on investment isn't there. They pay me X to advertise this, and their margin on it is whatever. I don't care how many of those things you guys buy. It is not making up for the amount of money that they paid me to talk about it in the video. So that the numbers don't add up. And anytime the numbers don't add up, you got to worry about the business behind it. And that's why venture capitalist companies are coming in. They're gobbling up a company. They're trying to maximize the rate of return on their investment. So all they're trying to do is, if that company was selling 100 widgets, now they want them to sell 10,000 widgets. And when they sell 10,000 widgets, they sell it to some other venture capitalist company. The other venture capitalist company probably gets screwed, and then the thing goes out of business. So that's how it works. But they got their money, and whatever. Maybe you got your product, maybe you didn't get your product, but it's support small businesses. Support the people that, we have sponsors for our events. These are companies that we deal with directly. This is not just some behind a venture capitalist giving money to some advertising company or whatever. Okay, I'll stop the rant, but just know, think about that stuff for a minute. If the channel you're watching is selling you something that they're having, their t-shirts or their products, hey, that's good. You should buy them and help support their channel. So if they're trying to sell you somebody else's product because they got paid a bunch of money to talk about it, then I don't know. I wouldn't buy that product. And you probably shouldn't either, because, whatever. I don't think it's right. So onto the cars though. They are supposedly intact. So the Durango, they broke in, which if you go back and you look at the video, I looked at it again this morning, and I guess I can see some light through the sunroof of the Durango. Supposedly they broke the sunroof out of the Durango, and that's how they got into it to start it. So then I asked the cop or the detective, well, I don't understand why that didn't set off the alarm, and I guess I don't. Maybe you guys know better, but supposedly if you go in through the sunroof or you go in through one of the back door windows or the back window of the vehicles, a lot of times it doesn't set the alarm off. I don't know if a lot of times or all the time. I don't know, but that's supposedly how they got in the Durango. It was shadowed by the 2500, so the camera didn't activate because of whatever was going on there, is my assumption in the whole thing. So on the TRX, they didn't show any signs of forced entry. Here's where conspiracy theories start, because you really got to wonder about this. If they were able to clone the key, or the guy walking into the driveway was able to clone the key, the Durango was there, the TRX wasn't. So I don't know, like, so obviously that he must not have cloned the key. And I mean, totally could have been an innocent bystander that had nothing to do with anything that was going on. I don't know. I'm suspicious of everything at this point in time. But the TRX they were able to go right into. Conveniently, the TRX, and here's conspiracy theory, and I know nothing. I'm telling you as I'm learning. I have so much education in the last 2-3 days on vehicle theft and the different stuff going on. And once again, I was in my own little world worried about my shit. I wasn't worried about it, and not protecting my shit and making sure that I got all this stuff, because number one, why the hell should you have to have this disable and that disable and all this other shit on your vehicle, and to try and get it to where they're still going to break into it, but when they can't start it, then they'll leave, and now you got to deal with whatever, the smash of the window or whatever they did to get to that point. Don't know. I mean, I think that we're going to come up with, like, here you go. Here's another thing that I'll probably say you can buy, but we don't even have it yet. But protected by SICK GPS. Maybe if it says that, then they'll say, oh, it's got a GPS tracker. I'll go get the other easy pickings. I don't know, but like, hypothetically speaking. So the TRX though got an oil change the week before at a dealership, not our normal dealership that it would typically go to. Does that have anything to do with it? I don't know. Here's my understanding. You guys can correct me if I'm right or wrong. Any of this stuff you're talking about, I have a 48-hour education on this stuff. So like, obviously I'm not going to be very good at the shit. All I know is what I know. And the Durango, more than likely, the key fobs will no longer work for it, because when they got in, they plugged into the OBD port, it deleted all the other key fobs and activated whatever key fob they programmed to it. The TRX, on the other hand, no sign of forced entry whatsoever. So should the key fob that we have work, that would point to the dealership saying that someone at the dealership programmed another key for it that they then had, and then we go down that whole rigmarole, and I won't be afraid to tell you the dealership where it was at. Like, I like, literally, whatever I can do to try and help prevent this from happening to other people, I'm willing to do, and I'm sharing the information that I know, and whether it's true it's hypothetical information. I'm telling you, we're hypothetical. Like, I have not got to go and see the vehicles yet to look at them to know. All I know is that they did recover both. They said something about it was Dirty Mike and the boys.
Hey, are you Dirty Mike and the boys?
How you know who we are?
They now are getting fingerprinted, DNA, whatever they're doing, they're processing them. And something about a soup kitchen.
Bodily fluid and hair samples, we determined that a bunch of old homeless dudes had an orgy in the car.
Oh, God.
Yeah. You know what that's called when they do that in there? It's called a soup kitchen. It's pretty rough stuff.
And here's the other part of it. They're processing them, and then I said, well, can I see them? Nope, not while they're being processed. And I said, okay, well, when can I pick them up? And they're like, well, you're gonna have to arrange with your insurance company to pick them up, because more than likely, and this is where the whole key fob thing comes back into play, your keys aren't gonna work, so you're not gonna be able to drive them there. So they're gonna have to go to a dealership to then be reprogrammed to work. And I'm like, well, I'll tow them out, and then, well, what about whatever? Like, where are they at? And they said, well, we'll let you know once we're done processing them. So that, I mean, so I don't know, and I don't know if that process is, well, I mean, no, I don't believe anything I'm told. Like, so that's what I'm told. So I don't know if that is normal. I don't know if there's a way around that, because it's like, hey, I'd like to go pick them up on a flatbed and take them to the dealership myself, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. Is it truly that my insurance company somehow now is going to release them, but yet beings are not stolen any longer, then, and they haven't given me any freaking money for them, I feel like they're just my insurance company. Like, I'm just supposed to let them know what the problem is, and then they're supposed to pay out and take care of it. Like, or are they in control and I'm the freaking innocent bystander in the whole thing that just has to listen to what they tell me? Because that's the frustrating part. Is the same thing happened with the dually, like freaking, and a lot of you guys went back and watched that video because the video spiked, or the views spiked on that video from 2 years ago when the dually got stolen, and the same thing. And at that point, I just freaking listened to what I was told. And then as we got down the road, I just got screwed. So like, I'm not just listening or going by what I'm told, but you guys are educating me a lot, because the 95 or 98% of you that have really good information that you guys share, that's great. The other 2% of you, you know what? I think we're down to 1% though, because my video yesterday, I think 1% of you just effed off. So now if we can get rid of the other 1% of you to just F off, then we'll be down to 100% of core people that actually care about people and care about other people's property. And you know what? Like, I won't say that you understand what I'm going through, but you at least appreciate what I'm going through, and that I'm trying to take you guys along the way to try and help this prevent it from happening to you. And am I trying to sell a t-shirt or a GPS or whatever, like in the process? Heck yeah, like that's how we make money. Like, support small businesses once again. Like, do you think that just magic money happens? Like, and just, I can shoot these videos or all this stuff happen. Now these videos, like, I don't care whether you buy anything or you don't buy anything, but all our normal stuff, it's like, yeah, I want you to support what we do and the cause that we are for, with the fast cars. Like, I mean, so I appreciate all that support. So, and the people that are like, oh, well, I mean, there's something like, whatever, like, I mean, literally somebody thought the GPS tracker company or whatever was behind the whole thing, and that I staged the whole thing. Like, literally, I mean, there's not enough money in GPS trackers. I don't care how many of these things you buy, because we're selling them at a low cost to just help provide them to you guys as a service, to pay for those vehicles to stage this whole thing and have this whole rigmarole or whatever go on with the whole thing. So, but that is the update. That's where we're at. We hope to get these things, hope to get to see these things, and I'll let you know when we get to see the things, and I'm gonna really try hard that I get to pick them up and take them to the dealership. If you guys have any advice on how I can help push that forward, then hey, whatever, welcome to hear that, because I'm trying to keep as many other people uninvolved as possible. And the same thing, I got a Durango with a broken sunroof or whatever, minimum at this point, that it's freaking supposed to rain today. So like, I'm sure that whoever transports it won't give two F's what happens to my Durango with the broken sunroof, and they're just gonna haul it. It might be pouring down rain and it'll be worse than it was, but I don't know. There's the update. We have the vehicle, oh, we don't have the vehicles. Vehicles are found, seem to be intact, so why? Here's the other question. There was nobody at the house, and supposedly it's just a shack house. We'll give you the address right here. Here's the address where they were found. B will put it somewhere on this screen so you get to see it, and you can go look it up on Google Earth. There's hundreds of vehicles all around this property. And like, we were just fortunate through you guys, which one person that obviously we got to vet that person and just make sure that that is not the thief. Like, that's obviously a big thing. I don't want to go giving 20 grand to the guy that stole them that then gives them back to me. Like, I really want that person, whoever's responsible, arrested. So this is only one step of the way. We really want to get to the bottom of who the people are. So hopefully they get DNA, fingerprints, something like that off the vehicles. Hopefully they thought they were hidden well enough that they didn't have to worry about anything with them. So personal belongings, I don't know, like what can happen with the whole thing, but I hope we get to that part of it. But that is where we are right now, and we're bringing you up to stuff as quick as it can happen. They broke in the door and seized the vehicles. They went off on flatbeds, my understanding, and they are being processed. So we'll take you to the next step once we know it. But hey, all that other shit that I ask questions about, once again, let me know what you guys know, because you guys are educating me. I only have a 48-hour education on this shit. So some of you guys have a much better education, and you guys obviously are sleuths that are able to figure a lot of stuff out, and you actually look into this. And actually, yeah, I mean, I'll call out one guy went down there looking for the vehicle that had contacted me, and then obviously we have the other person that did it. And here's the other thing, is I think that I got lucky with the whole word getting out. Like Fox 2 came, and yep, we put a big reward on it to try and get them, but the reward wasn't why all of you helped. You guys all helped because you were doing the right thing. And if there was no reward, but it was able to get all the same kind of publicity it did with the reward, you guys, I feel, would do exactly the same thing that you did. The same person that helped get us find the location of them and provide it to me, like, I think that that person still would have done it should we have been able to reach that person just by saying my vehicles are stolen and there could be, with no reward on it. And that's how good I think that 98, well, no, we're up to 99, and maybe after this video, we're up to 100% of you guys are all good people that are gonna do the right thing no matter what. There doesn't have to be money involved. You just want to do the right thing. It just needs to get the same attention as fucking Britney Spears dating fucking that Kansas City Chief guy. Like, I mean, if we could have that kind of attention just for talking about our shit or whatever, like, then you know what? We'll all be doing the right thing. Instead, you guys are fucking watching Billy Bob shit. Like, watching stupid shit, watch real shit.